Alright, today I'm going to do a product review. I've seen, as I scanned along YouTube, I see YouTube videos where, the user will do a review of their new product, how well it does for them, whether or not they recommend the audience to buy the product, and some, and all of its special features and stuff like that. In a few minutes, I'm going to review my new Ego electric weed eater. Let me tell you a story. I've lived in this house since 2001. I have a big yard to weed eat, and up until a year or so ago, I used gas trimmers. And let me tell you something, most of the gas weed eaters they make nowadays are junk, are shit. They will not last you more than 2 to 3 years. At least that's been my experience. Every single gas weed eater that I've owned since 2001 has ended up turning into junk. They get to where the engines will bog down. Some of them get to where the pull string will pull out so far, then it will be stuck. And I've taken that in for repair before, and then they always tell me you're better off buying a new weed eater. So anyway, all of the gas trimmers I've owned have never lasted more than 2 to 3 years. And all my gas trimmers have been, throughout the years, have been left on my curbside to be crushed up by the garbage disposal truck. Well, anyway, I was stressed out. First you got to take the cost in consideration. One being, the cost of the new gas trimmer, which a gas trim, I was about ready to say decent. I don't think I would call them machines decent even, but a gas trimmer that would last you a top of 3 years, let's say, you would be spending $150 to $200, plus had to fill them with gas. And gas, last summer gas was $3.50 a gallon and higher. Luckily, this summer we've been lucky enough to find gas at $2 a gallon, but gas has jumped up to $3.50 to $4 a gallon before, which it's probably gonna do so again. So you got the consider the fuel to fill up your weed eater, how expensive that is. And plus the oil you have to, mix with the gasoline, since your weed eater is a 2-cycle engine. As much as you fill up your trimmer, you're probably, spending a big bucks on, fuel alone, especially if you have a big yard like me. All right. Enough rambling. Let me get on with the review. This is my new Ego 56-volt weed eater that had since about spring now. And And to me, I mean, I'm hoping I finally, found the Weedeater that's gonna last me a decade or more. It runs on a big battery. This is where your battery goes. Takes 0.095 size string. To me, the string itself, the string here, is thick enough to where it's, a lot more durable than some of the gas trimmers that I've owned. This is bump feed right here. The bump feed where you bump it on the ground, get more string, but I very seldom ever have to, bump the ground for more string because the string is durable, 0.095 string. I mean, you can buy, I forget the brand name, but pretty much probably any 0.095 string's gonna work for this Weedeater. Buy it at Home Depot. I mean, the same company that sells this Weedeater, you can easily find 0.095 string there, and I think, most of the 0.095s will, hold up in this trimmer. So, what I'm going to show you in a minute is the throttle is the same as a gas trimmer, except for you're dealing with an electric trimmer, and actually I can run the, whenever I cut along my chain link fence. Before, that would eat up the string. But this one, you can run this at low enough RPM to where it will, still cut the grass along my chain link fence, but at the same time, it will not eat up the cord because I can run this at just the right RPM. And, let me show you this again. Here's a top housing right here. Come on. Where the battery got a nice long a pole to it. Of course, here's a rotor and the motor. It's all covered with grass because I've used this so much. Now let me show you this in action. This is one of the batteries that I got with this. I have twin batteries that are the same. 56 volt Weedeater, so it's going to require as you can see here, a 56 volt battery. Lithium ion, which is good, a lot better than them NiCad shit batteries. And it's a 4 amp hour battery, so if you're gonna purchase this Ego Weedeater, this is a battery to have for it. 56 volt, 4.0 amp hours. That will give you maximum weed eating time. And let me show you this in action. Okay, we're gonna plug up the battery. All you do is slide it in. Oops, hard for me to see my camera there. But we're gonna put the battery in. Push down till it clicks. And the throttle here is just, like, the gas trimmer, as I've already mentioned. You just simply push the top and the bottom. And I mean, you can adjust, you know, the electricity for lower or higher RPMs, just like, you know, the gas ones. Okay, let me show you it in action a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to start out with the lowest RPM, then I'm going to gradually move up. And let me tell you, this puppy is powerful. I can click through weeds yay thick, just about like this, chops them right down. And for the very fact that all I have to do is push a few triggers to start it and go, takes up a huge amount of problems I had with my, you know, gas weed eaters. I don't have to stand there and do like this, pain in the ass, and then after a time the string gets stuck, the trimmer won't even start. So far, I totally recommend this electric weed eater as opposed to, you know, a gas trimmer, especially if you're only doing your yard. I don't know how well that would hold up in a commercial mowing business where, you know, people have the big truck with their mowers, weed eaters, mow the yards from door to door. I'm not sure how it will do professionally, but for home use, so far, I say this weed eater is definitely the answer. I'll go ahead and show you, you know, this weed eater right here and its batteries online. Alright, we're in the Home Depot site. And this right here is the same weed eater I have. And if you order, you know, this same weed eater online, like right now, you'll get the weed eater plus a battery go with it. Only problem is the battery is only half the size that I actually bought for my weed eaters. This right here is a 2 amp hour batteries, which as big of a yard as I have, and if you have a big yard, you probably, the 2 amp hour batteries may not hold up charge long enough unless you order about, you know, at least 2, if not 3 of these 2 amp hour batteries. And we're running into fall right now. They have this weed eater marked down, 179 each. The fine print right there says it was $219, but now they got it marked down to 179 each, which is, I mean, a good deal for this time of year. The only thing is it being that you know, that's only a 2 amp hour battery there. I mean, you may have to order up to about 2 more batteries so you can have, you know, enough to charge to weed eat your whole yard. if you have a small yard, probably, this, 2 amp hour battery will, weed eat your whole yard. But a huge yard like I have, you would have to have, like, about at least one more, if not 2 batteries. Yeah, so anyway, this right here is one of the options. Or you can go the same route that I did. I bought the bare tool, no battery included, to make a long story short. And so anyway, you can get the bare tool only, no trimmer, no battery or charger included. But right now, the bare tool looks to be the exact same price as the Weedeater that I just showed. Same Weedeater I just showed you. That actually comes with a small battery. Well, probably because the first Weedeater I showed you was marked down for the season, but $179 seems, to be the original price of the bare tool. Plus, it still is the same price, but unfortunately, it says it's out of stock online. So, you would probably have to wait, and have Home Depot notify you when this is back in stock. Yeah, it's kind of a rip-off how right now the bare tool only is basically the same price as the marked down Weedeater with the battery I just showed you, $179. So anyway, let's take a look at the batteries. This right here is the 2 amp hour battery, which comes with, the first Weedeater I showed you automatically. 2 amp hour. It's $129. And, of course, you can almost bet you would have to order another one of these, go with your Weedeater, especially if you have a big yard. And, this is the same battery that I have. A much bigger 4 amp hour battery, which you can get 45 minutes to an hour of runtime, if not more, with this battery. Since I have such a big yard, I actually have 2 of these same batteries. And all it takes for my big yard is 1 battery change out. Other than that, I can, weed eat my whole yard with, almost just, 1 of these batteries. I know you guys are reviewing the prices of these products, like this battery is $200, and for my big yard I have an extra battery which is another $200. Plus the charger, I forget what that is, but about at least $50 or so. Well, some of these packages, the charger will automatically come with the product, but it's about $50 at least or so. Of course, and the Weedeater that I have is $180, so let's say 200, 400, 400. So you may be spending about, $600 in all. if not, even a little bit less than that, about 500 to 600, dollars and all. But I mean, you're probably gonna tell me that's damn expensive. Well, yes, I agree, that is damn expensive, but these lithium batteries right here, I don't know the lifespan. I would say you might get about 5 to 8 years depending on how you take care of the battery. I've heard rumors before that, when lithium batteries sit for a long time, they go bad. So therefore, you may want to, during the winter time, put the battery in your weed eater and start up the weed eater for a few minutes once a month, to, make the battery think it's still being used and not going bad. And, trying to think if I'm leaving anything out. Oh, as I was, getting to the point of, yes, all this is expensive, but, yeah. But, I mean, if you, are buying a products that may last you 10 years or more, it may be worth it in the long run. Because a lot of gas trimmers nowadays, you'll be paying for, prices closer or more than this every few years. Where if this is a product that you're going to buy, and pay all these big bucks on Home Depot, I mean, it may last you, 10 years or more. So, with that being said, you may be saving a lot of money in the long run. Please forgive me if I repeat myself too much. I mean, it's been, a while. I haven't done a long video like this in a long time. And now I'm going to take you on a tour of my yard to show you how much weed eating I actually have. Okay, I have the back of my house here. Along the steps. Along the fence. Right here. Plus, I have this hill all along my fence here, so I have a lot of weeding to do there. And along the street. None of this hill I can get with a mower. It's too steep, so I have to, all this hill has to be weed-eated because of that. Plus I have this, adjacent hill along the fence. Along with this, angling hill. Which this Tonto's trying to make himself a movie star, but Cheyenne is too, but I have, this makes a lot of weed eating also. Plus, I have the other side of my steps. Same hills again. Now I have the rest of, the outside of my yard. Along the rest of the fence, along these bushes. I try to use low RPM around these bushes, to keep from damaging the plant. Got all these stones. More bushes. The rest of the outside of my house and along the fence there, I have to weed eat all that. Now got the inside of the fence. Have to weed eat all along the fence. I use slow RPMs to keep from eating so much string. I have my walkway right here, walkway to my steps. have to weed eat all that. And the rest of the inside of my fence along the house. And with all the weed eating I just showed you I have to do, all it takes is one battery change out with the 4 amp hour battery here. And I'm able to weed eat my whole yard with, you know, 2 of these big batteries, which is a hell of a lot better than them older NiCad battery weed eaters. You only get like, you know, 10 minutes of run time plus a battery, and it will go bad after a year. But these batteries and the weed eater, I haven't owned them long enough yet, but I definitely say, I mean, it definitely replaces a gas trimmer, especially as far as, you know, your yard goes.